Oh man, I don't know why I'm so nervous here. You know what? Gonna shake it out. Just shake it out. Get ready. Get ready. All right. All right. Happy Halloween, boys, girls, and everyone in between. All of my fellow artists, and welcome to SO Art Studios debut stream. Woo! Long
Woo!
time in the making, folks. I think that's why I'm so freaking sweaty right now. Oh my god. I am SO Art Creator, or SO for short. You've probably heard me before if you've checked me out on the Half Baked 4HP stream where we game. But this stream specifically is for the art. And with me today is the artistic powerhouse. Standing at 10 feet tall is my co creator, Lily. Want to introduce yourself?
Yes, hi everyone. My name is Lily. I'm not 10 feet tall. I'm
So she
5 foot
says.
even. I've been on the internet for almost 20 years. I'm best known for being a fan artist, and I started off posting on DeviantArt. Although
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to say what that page is. If you know, you know. I love to draw and paint what I'm obsessed over. All in all, I'm glad to finally be here.
Oh my goodness, deviant art. I am also an original denizen of that uh, infamous place now. I guess we could say.
Who hasn't?
My God, man. Yeah, I'd sometimes every once in a while I'll take a look at my old account, and it'll be a little cringeworthy, right?
Oh, no,
Yeah,
definitely.
yeah. And then oh man, to see where it's gone and become is just super disappointing. At one point it was a safe haven, and not anymore. And we'll
Mm,
I'm pretty sure later on we'll go into why.
I'd
um
love to hear. I haven't been on in a long time.
yeah, I've only heard stories, and like I said, I think I've only checked on that account like maybe twice in the past 5 years or so. It's been a while. I essentially moved over to Kara. Have you heard of that one?
No,
Oh man, we got
it's
to get
a
into that.
art posting site.
It's another art website specifically for artists. They are very, I would say, a lot more artistically ethical, as they don't allow AI imagery on the
Okay.
platform. But I will go into that later because my God, I could tell you so much about it. It's so cool. It's you know what? You know what? We'll go into it later.
Okay. Sounds good.
Other than that, today's plan is simple, sweet, neurodivergent. We want to introduce the studio, our goals, our art, ourselves. So let's get this started. Just right off the bat, uh, you see the studio space here. Um, Miss Lily and I uh, collaborated in creating this space. Um, I really love the you handled the coloring for the studio space, and it looks awesome. I especially like the cityscape.
Thank you. I didn't know what color scheme I wanted to go with, but
Mm-hmm.
you did such a good job with the background. I'm jealous.
I wanted to. Well, the thing is, man, I'm so used to drawing people and drawing characters that whenever I finally tackled a background, right, where you're like tackling perspective and all that, I ended up getting like weird freaking flashbacks. And this is what I mean. Back in high school, I used to take drafting, right? Because my parents knew that I loved art, um, but they didn't want me taking art because my parents were old school, right? They were the kind where you'll never make art money with art. So what you need to do is you need to do something that's a good backup plan, and in their heads the good backup plan was trying to make me an architect.
Mm,
And so I ended up having to take a couple of drafting classes in high school, and what ended up happening is that I couldn't I couldn't master AutoCAD at the time, and maybe it had something to do with like me being um, me having ADHD, right? But AutoCAD is very, how do you put it? It's very technical. It's very precise, right? And my brain is very, it's colorful up there. You know what I mean? so
Mm-hmm.
so I ended up what ended up happening is that I was falling behind so badly in the classroom that the teacher eventually, I ended up going up to the teacher and I was like, can I just draw these models that you want us to create? Like I would do better with a ruler and a pencil in my hand than I
Oh,
am trying to do this program. And he eventually let me, but essentially we were creating interior spaces like I drew here. And as I
oh,
was
okay.
drawing this, man, I was having like artistic PTSD.
Well, that explains why you're so good at it. Like, look at this. This is insane.
Dude, it's crazy. Well, Photoshop allows you to get away with some stuff. Like
Mm-hmm.
you can create perspective lines pretty quickly. So that helped, but it was also a crap ton of doing research online and looking up studio spaces because I kind of wanted this to reflect um, our art class a little bit in college. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's why it kind of feels familiar.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah.
I've been here.
Yeah, it's got like that industrial feel to it. And then I've included some little tidbits here and there. And speaking of which, I want this to be I want the background to be kind of like a live document. I want us to be able to add and take away as we please. So, like, if you want to add some cool stuff or take it away, man, let's do it. Let's have fun with it.
Definitely. I'll add to it next time.
Yeah. Outside of that, the studio. What is the studio? I guess I had the idea for the studio. How many years ago was this, Lily? Too many years
Um,
ago?
when did we graduate?
Man, what was that? that
Well, you
was
graduated before me.
yeah, about a year before you. Yeah, the idea for the studio had been in the works for years at this point, and I
Mhm.
think I originally came to you with the idea whenever we were working or we were at an anime convention. I think at the time I was working with an art group trying to
Mhm.
sell art pieces, and I think I had a number of posters I was selling. Were you working at the conventions as well at this time, or you would just stop by our table?
I think I only just visited.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
didn't work with you guys, I think, but I do remember running into you guys and saying hi.
yeah, yeah. The group I was working with at the time was just a fledgling, I guess you could call them art group at the time.
Hmm.
Yeah, there was
Yeah,
I think most of them don't even do art anymore.
really.
Yeah, or at least
Oh,
I haven't really been able to keep up much with either of the guys. One of them, I mean, the last I saw of him, he had a family, so that took over
yeah.
his life. And then the other one, he disappeared off the face of the earth. Although, to be fair, for me, people who disappear off the face of the earth just means that they're not on social media.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're
And
still there. They're
yeah,
just not there.
exactly. They're just not digitally there anymore.
Yeah. Okay.
And I think it was around the time I came up to you with this idea, and now it just feels like a fever dream, um, because, um, of course, you and me knew each other, or we met in college, and I mean, your art style just gave me so many freaking story ideas that I wanted to explore, and still hopefully we are gonna explore. It's just been slow, Adam. it's been it's been 10 years, but we're still working on it. I swear.
Hey, we're gonna get it. We're
we're
gonna get it out
we're
there.
gonna do it, man. If we can get to this stream, we're gonna do it.
Yes, I believe.
Cause yeah, I've been feeling super productive lately. I don't know whether or not my ADHD has finally I've broken through the wall and it's just let me do stuff now. I don't know. Like I wish I could be half as productive as you. Good God, the amount of art that you release. How do you
As
do it?
me,
Huh?
um, as me, I don't
Mhm.
know how many pieces I've put up on my Instagram this year. It has been a good chunk as
Mhm.
opposed to the past, I don't know, 15 years that I've
Yeah.
been on the internet.
Mhm.
I think it's just we've had this similar feeling. I don't know, maybe it's the year 2025 or something,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
we're just getting this feeling that oh, we have to start doing it now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's not to say you can start late. Plenty of people quote unquote start late,
You're
but
right.
you got to start somewhere.
Exactly.
So we're starting now.
Right.
And I just really this year it's just been sketching a lot more
Mhm.
like we used to do as kids, just not really caring about the finished product. Um just getting more in tune with what we've just been doing ever since we've been small and then
Mhm.
just putting it out there, not for the validation of people and their views and their likes, although that feels really great
Of
to
course.
receive views and likes, but really just to say to yourself, hey, I made this, I'm proud of it, come look at it, come enjoy it with me. And yeah, that's just been my journey this year. And I think you've been on that journey as well. So pretty good that we've reached this point up to now.
Yeah, it's one of those things like I agree. It's I think anyone who says something along the lines of, "Oh, it's too late to do whatever." I think
Hmm.
that's a personal mental block that you have to find your way over cuz I think a lot of stories that I've heard of great storytellers and great artists, none of them started young. I think like
Hmm.
you think of um like um Tolkien, who created The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings, right? He was in his
Hmm.
40s whenever he released that work. Or you think of like Picasso, or you think of even great thinkers. A lot of the times their accomplishments happen later in life because life doesn't always give you the option to release something and become famous at 20.
Hmm.
I know the internet wants us to believe that. The internet really wants us to believe that everybody is capable of being rich at the age of 25. But I mean,
It's just not the case
yeah,
for a lot of the people who've become successful before us.
exactly. Exactly.
Hmm.
And I kind of appreciate being able to tackle these art projects now because it feels like I have a better understanding of them now, if that makes any sense.
Mm. Yeah,
You
you're
know,
more seasoned.
yeah, exactly. More seasoned. I draw a whole lot better, a whole lot more consistently.
Hmm.
Um, I now draw like you were saying, just for the fun of it, and just
Mm.
to just the passion projects really. And it helps whenever I have a fire lit under my ass, of course. But it's never it's never like a labor. It never feels like a chore, um, because as cliche as it sounds, you really do end up loving what you're doing, and as long as you really end
Hmm.
up loving that, you know, any kind of deadline or sweating or nervous breakdown that you're gonna have before the stream doesn't matter. Not speaking from personal experience or nothing. I was, dude, I was literally um, finishing up slideshows and artwork right before stream started. So living up to that ADHD trope, right?
Yeah. Don't I know it?
My God. As far as any as far as any goals uh, that I have for the studio, I think that um, I, I I definitely want the studio to be an outlet for you and me, and to self publish any stories that we have at the top of our head, or stories that have been kind of sitting in the crock pot for a while. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Because God knows we've got all kinds of IPs that have been sitting in our heads for a long time. Um, I'm like you. I've been on the internet for, I guess, 20 some odd years, posting artwork. Maybe
Hmm.
not as consistently, but I have been posting artwork here and there. um, I've been a denizen of all the CD artistic spaces that existed in the fledgling days of the internet. Um,
Hmm.
and uh, I guess with the studio, I want it to be kind of our vehicle to finally just get some stuff done. Everything we've talked
Hmm.
about over all these years, because my goodness, we've been talking about a lot. Um, but other than that, hopefully through the stream we're gonna be able to show our artwork, show our process, and reveal stories as they come along. Um, Specifically, uh, for Halloween, I just got through debuting um, the call from my mama.
The comic strip.
Yeah, the comic strip, the one I
Hmm.
used for the art show. Hey, we got our first chatter. Um,
Hi, Mark.
Mark,
Marku.
thanks for
Hi.
joining, man. We appreciate it. That's awesome. Hey, anyone who's lurking, be sure to type in chat so that way you're counted and we can see you. And we'll definitely talk back and forth and interact. Um, but yeah, it was that art piece that I submitted for the Doc Ock. Hey, how's it going, Andy? Thanks for joining, man.
Hey. Hello. Thanks for coming.
um, yeah, the it was the piece that I submitted for the art show. That oh, by the way, did you go grab yours?
Yes, I did. Yeah, I
I
saw yours. And I was thinking, should I grab it? But I was just like, no, this isn't the
oh no.
professor. This is just a random student. She's not going to let me take it because I don't look like a guy
Right.
that goes by this name. Yeah, but don't feel too bad. There's
Mm-hmm.
still a lot of people who
Okay, so
haven't
I'm
picked up the
I'm not the
piece.
only one. That's good to
I
know.
think I'm like the fifth person to pick up my
Oh
piece.
my
So,
god, I
yeah,
completely forgot, and I
you
probably need to
should
make time.
though.
It's such a drive, man. It's
It
such a drive to
is.
get down there.
But, he told
I
us
know.
within 2
Yeah,
weeks to
he
pick up
did.
the
He
piece.
did. And I think
He's
I've
been
lost enough pieces at that university from just leaving pieces behind. I really need to stop doing that.
you can't do it with this one. This
Yeah.
one was just too cool.
Yeah, exactly. Oh man, but oh that art show was so fun, and it was so
It
awesome
was.
seeing you.
Yeah, it was great to catch up with you and
Mm-hmm.
everyone else. It's crazy. I graduated back in 2019, so
Mm-hmm.
to see everyone and like see how they've changed, but also not changed at the same time
I So
was pretty cool.
yeah.
It makes me miss going back to school. Um, I don't miss the price point though, but I do miss everyone.
It's true. It's true. I don't miss the student loans, but I definitely miss the
Mhm.
environment. I think I
Yeah.
think this was kind of my way of like continuing that too, right? Like the one of the great things that I liked back in college was the shared creativity,
Mm.
and just being able to interact with another artist and like be like, hey, this is what I've been doing, and get pointers, and and critique each other's work, and
Mhm.
and hey man, why don't you try this next time? And I kind of missed that environment and that interaction, because the online
Yeah.
thing, it just kind of feels, how would you put it?
It's like the same,
Mm-hmm.
but also it just doesn't have that personal connection because
Yeah,
you're seeing the person who's making it. You're also seeing how they're making their piece. Like the
exactly.
cool thing about going to this show and meeting up with everyone
Mm-hmm.
was seeing how they made their pieces and um, seeing just what type of materials you could use or how
Yeah.
big you could go in terms of canvas size. Like that's just not stuff that I think of.
Right.
But then when you see these people um, using different mediums and slapping it onto a canvas and making it just look so cool, it's inspirational. Like it's
Yes.
like, oh man, like I could never think of doing that, but this you're showing me that this is possible.
Right.
And
It's the
it's
process.
yes, and it's different when you're in person,
Mm-hmm.
especially when you're doing it in a studio because you're seeing them actually put it together
Right.
and you're seeing yeah, you're able to talk with them through it as opposed to just behind a screen. It's like I said, more personal.
I think you're exactly right. I think it's one of those things where whenever you're around other artists and you're able to see the process online, you're only seeing the finished product. And I think that's the it's cool to see the finished product, but we now live in a world where we have AI compositions, right? So that's
Mhm.
all that thing does is the finished product. So there's a certain level of inspiration that you get from seeing how a person comes to the end of a piece of art, what inspires them, and then you feed off that inspiration, you feed off that creativity. And I think
Mhm.
that's what I missed the most as soon as college was over. It's like, oh crap, I'm not getting that anymore.
Yeah, you're not able to like feed it off of each other's energy and even
Mm-hmm.
just like ask questions like how are you doing that? What
Right.
is that?
Yeah.
Like what's going through your head?
Yeah.
Tell me about what this is.
Exactly. Even on the simple stuff, like hey, what kind of movies or TV shows or games, or like even talking about stuff like that,
Yeah.
eventually like funnels into like what's inspiring your different pieces and all that stuff. Like it's just, yeah, that community, unless you have like I guess a giant Discord community or something to that degree where you can interact a
Mhm.
little bit more often. But the internet's a little different, right? Like I guess
Yeah.
it used to be where we had forums that we would be able to go to and then
Mhm.
talk and share stuff. But and like you said, with DeviantArt kind of being a non-starter, but I do need to introduce you into Cora though. Cora is a really, it's a really cool. I think right now it's just um, a mobile app. I think they are creating a desktop version of the app. I've
Okay.
uploaded some artwork on there, and it's just, I mean, since the community is so small right now, you get eyes on your stuff pretty quickly.
Hmm.
But man, there's some artistic juggernauts on there, and it's really cool. Like it especially since if you don't want to put anything on Instagram, or if you don't want to put anything on Twitter or Threads or any of the other socials, although I don't know, what's your view? Do you think like artists should be just like blanketing their artwork across multiple platforms, or do you think it's best to stay a little bit more localized?
Um, ugh, I don't know what the best way of sharing your artwork is. Yeah, first of all, using Instagram is kind of a pain just
Mm-hmm.
because there's just talks of, oh, this is how you do the algorithm. Oh,
Yeah.
use
Yeah.
hashtags. Wait, don't use hashtags. Those don't work anymore. Um, you should be posting like this, or you should not be posting like this. And
Oh
it's all
my god.
contradictory one moment to the next. It's contradicting each other. And Instagram, it's just not the same as it used to be. It
Yeah.
used to be, well, when we first joined it, it was kind of like vlogging,
Mm-hmm.
picture vlogging,
Yeah.
mostly people with their food or,
Mm-hmm.
cool hangout places.
Right.
For us,
Pictures
it
of your
was,
pets.
yeah, basically. And then I think it slowly started coming to a point where people were using it to share their artwork.
Mm-hmm.
Um, um, that's just how I viewed it because, again, I started off in DeviantArt.
Yeah. Yeah.
um,
Exactly.
but yeah, so I don't know. That I use Instagram. I use Tumblr. I'm
Mm-hmm.
on. I'm not gonna call it X. I use Twitter.
Nope. We call it Twitter
um,
here.
yeah. What is X?
Right.
Twitter. I was on Blue Sky.
Right.
But I heard that one was kind of, it gained traction when it first started, but then it kind of dipped. Um, I mean, however you want to do it, as an artist. Like I said, I'm on this journey of not caring
Mm-hmm.
about how many likes and views I get. Um, Although it's nice to get them. So I could very well just stay on Instagram. Um, but if you're really wanting to reach an art community, I don't think Instagram's the one you should stick to. I
Yeah.
think you should be on places like Tumblr's a good one. Um, Twitter has a good art community as well. And as you've mentioned, this new app, Cora,
Mm-hmm.
if it's more art centric, and there's a few others where it's just places where nerds can be nerds, artists can be artists. I think it's fine if you want to blanket it, but if you're just an artist wanting to share your work, one space isn't too bad.
Yeah.
Just don't get too hung up on how many people are viewing it.
Yeah. Yeah. Mark says that social media has changed a ton. It's hard to tell where to share anything nowadays. And I agree. It's one of those things where it I don't like to be an algorithm chaser because,
Hmm.
well, one, I don't think artistically I'm just not fast enough. I can't keep up with the trends. There's no way.
I know.
I'm a relatively slow artist. um, and or I'm a notoriously slow artist, I guess I should say. And so I can't keep up with the algorithm. So it's one of those things like if I post anything, it's just gonna be posting. Um, oh wow, I didn't realize that the bot was gonna do that. That's awesome. We have
Okay.
a, just to let everyone know, we do have a coffee page if you want to donate to us. If donating to the studio goes straight to me and Lily, and the studio. Any support, we greatly appreciate it. And the bot is posting the link in chat. Thanks, bot. um, but yeah, I think since I'm not a very quick artist, I can't keep up with any kind of algorithm trends. And now that algorithms are tailored towards video now, it's become
Mhm.
that much harder to um, post anything for the sake of getting on the front of anybody's page, right? Or to
Yeah.
it almost feels like if you're an artist that you have to be the creator of a trend rather than the follower of a trend. You know,
Mm.
you gotta post what you're passionate about, and you just you just hope for the best and hope that people connect to it. And I think,
Yeah.
yeah, and I think that's what I'm gonna be doing, um, with the studio and then on personal pages as well, um, because I'm not gonna be able. I'm not gonna be able to. I'm not gonna be able to follow a trend.
Face these trends. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
tiring too.
yeah. It's tiring
Like,
because a trend will come and go in a matter of days, and
mhm.
this is one of the things that I really do hate about the internet culture of it, well, essentially the internet culture that spawned AI compositions, right?
Mm.
You know, people tried to tote this as being like, oh, you know, AI compositions is gonna liberate the artists, and it's gonna give people without artistic skill the ability to create art and blah 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 blah. And I think at the end of the day, it was really just about, oh, we're just gonna make art. Um, we're just gonna make art a mass production um, industry, and to
Mhm.
hell with quality, to hell with creativity. We just want people to be able to spit out something that looks like an actual artistic composition, and and they're going to be able to spit this stuff out as quickly as possible to be able to keep up with algorithms and everything else in between. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And it's just
Yeah,
like,
so now that you're mentioning that, it feels so I am I'm a recovering weeb. I'm really I was or maybe I still am into really cringy things.
I think we
You
both are
so
for the most part.
for example, K-pop Demon Slayers, not saying that's cringy. K-pop Demon Slayers came out
Right.
and it blew up so fast.
Oh, super
And
fast.
everyone and it's an amazing movie and
Mm-hmm.
you come out watching the movie and you're like, I want more. I want
Yes.
to see Genu and Rumi kiss.
Mm-hmm.
They should have kissed, you know. I
Why
want to
didn't they
see
kiss?
this.
Why was
Yeah, I
this
want to
only
see
hand
the
holding?
Saja boys doing more dances and
Yeah.
stuff like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So back when I was a kid, you would just have to wait for someone to create fan art of
Yeah.
it or write a fan fiction of
Mm-hmm.
like Genu and Rumi kissing, right?
Yeah.
But nowadays, with the internet and with our culture of just being able to receive and view things at the touch of a button, you
Mm-hmm.
can just click your mouse or tap your phone screen and you will be able to view it as quickly as that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I think you're on the right page here, where people were just like, I want more content.
Mm.
I don't want to wait for an artist to create this content. So let's make something that could just generate this idea that I have,
Yeah.
which is kind of sad because
Super sad.
you you know, growing up, that's the thing that you looked forward to. Like I miss waiting as a kid for Saturday morning cartoons to view the next episode. Like
Mm-hmm.
that is of a show that I'm waiting on. Some of my fondest memories were waiting for episodes of like Avatar: The Last
Oh
Airbender
my God,
or
so good.
going on the internet and waiting for my favorite writer to write the next chapter to their fan fiction.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's some of my most favorite memories growing up. And now that's kind of and of course artists are fighting back and I love that
Yeah.
so much. I love that artists are just like, no, this is not how you consume these things.
Mm-hmm.
This is how you consume it. The right way, the more it's got more soul,
Yeah.
more more feeling
More
to be able
passion
to
behind it.
wait.
Yeah.
Yes. And yeah, so you're on the right track there with why was AI quote unquote art
Mm-hmm.
was created. Just just so everything is just easily consumable, easily accessible.
Exactly. It's all about mass consumption, and I think whenever it came to artists, I think people people took for granted by only ever seeing finished products.
Mm.
And you and me probably have tons of stories of people coming up to us and saying things like, "Hey, can you draw me this?" And they think it's going to be a super easy project, and they think,
Yeah.
"Oh, I can pay you in exposure, right?" Or like,
Hmm.
we could just do a bargaining, exchange or something to that degree, right? And I guess
Hmm.
they never quite grasp. They only grasp the consumption, the finished product. They don't grasp the process.
Yeah.
Whereas whenever I was a kid, like, I used to love buying movies that were coming out on Blu-ray or DVD, and then getting the behind the scenes, watching behind the scenes of my favorite movies, because I
Yeah.
loved watching how something came about and how it was made, right? And
Hmm.
I think as a kid, it gave me a deeper appreciation for the artistry that goes behind it, and the time and the dedication and the people that were behind it. But
Hmm.
and growing up, I thought that this was just that was the default, right? That everybody kind of appreciated that process, and nobody took for granted what artists did. Right, right. There's no way. And then you grow up and you're like, oh, they're creating AI algorithms that spit out a finished product because they really did not appreciate the process.
Hmm.
Like, oh
Yeah.
crap, man. And see, Mark says that he can only imagine the insane amount of time and effort you have to put into chasing trends, and that streaming has ruined that feeling of being excited for the next episode of a show that has, oh yeah, that has weekly releases. Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Hmm.
definitely agree that streaming, like, before binge watching became a thing, whenever an episode was released once a week, I don't know, it just kept the conversation going longer. And I used to
Hmm.
love talking to people about something that was coming out. Well, I guess I guess that was always a little different for us recovering weebs, right? Like, we always kind of binged watched series because we didn't get the original the original broadcasting. not like
Hmm.
these not like these kids get today.
I know. So spoiled.
Ah, so spoiled. They get simultaneous casts now. Golly.
In what is the I'm sorry, I'm
Hmm.
not technologically savvy, but I remember, what is it, 1080p?
Yeah.
They get it in
Oh yeah,
like HD
we used
vision,
to
but I
get
remember watching it on YouTube for like 420p.
yeah, we
Like
used to
it
get
looked,
it at like 480, then we got it at 720 for a while, and we thought we were living good in 720. And now these kids get it in 1080 and 4K.
I know, and not in three parts
Exactly. And
with
not having to
choppy
get
audio.
viruses on their computers because they had
Well,
to
honestly, that's some of my favorite memories as well. Not the viruses, but the part where
not crashing the
like,
family computer.
you just had to, like, find it on YouTube. Like, that's that's just
I
it's
know.
just a part of our childhoods
The
that
old days. Oh, by the way, thanks
yeah.
for stopping by, Andy. He says he'd love to stay, but he's got to focus on homework. We get it, man. Happy Halloween, and you have well, not fun doing homework, but they do good on your homework.
Thanks for stopping by.
Thanks, man. But yeah, man, it's like I miss the. I guess we always did kind of binge watch our favorite series back then, but I remember watching shows like Fringe, where you would get an episode a week, and then you could sit there and you could talk to your friends about it, or you
Mm-hmm.
can, let's see, what was some other big shows back in the day, like Lost, or Breaking Bad, or the latest episodes of Family Guy or The Simpsons or anything to that degree. You had to wait a week for each new episode to come out, however many there were going to be that season. And everyone
Mm-hmm.
would be, oh dude, what? Yeah, Mark brought up Walking Dead. I was a gigantic Walking Dead fan back in the day whenever it first came out. Did you watch that much, Lily?
No, not
Oh,
when it came
dude.
out.
Dude. Well, okay, okay. To be fair, I'm going to be a little
I
bit of a
watched some
hipster.
of it, so I watched some of it, but uh, I don't remember where I dropped off. I think I dropped off
I know exactly whenever I dropped off.
sometime. When did you drop off?
So, okay, so I'm going to be a little bit of a hipster, right? I read the Walking Dead comic whenever it first came out, right? Because it was one
Mm-hmm.
of the few zombie comic books that were out there. And then I was a fan of Robert Kirkman, who's the writer of the original comic, and I think the executive producer of the show. So
Mm-hmm.
I was familiar with where the storyline was potentially going to go, and of course the TV show deviated a bit, but there was a part in the comic that I dreaded happening, and it was funny because I remember um, I was reading this comic digitally while I was on a road trip heading out west to San Diego Comic Con, right? And we were it's so weird that I remember these details exactly. So we were driving through the Mojave Desert, right? It was pitch black outside because it was already nighttime, and we were going to be stopping, I believe, right after Nevada. We were driving straight through until we got to, um, I think it was Anaheim, if I'm not mistaken. And so we're driving through this Mojave Desert. No, not Anaheim. I'm sorry, San Diego. We're driving through the desert. It's dark outside, and I'm reading Walking Dead. And there's a specific spot in the story where there's a character named Negan, and he's one of the bad guys in the story.
Mm-hmm.
And he ends up killing another character named Glenn in the story.
Okay, yeah. I
Yeah.
think that's where everyone dropped off.
Now, mind you, I'm reading this in the comic at first, right? And whenever it happens in the comic, it's devastating, absolutely devastating, because Glenn is as likable as he is in the show in the comic, right?
Mm.
It's devastating. You hate every last bit of it. It's as heart wrenching as everyone said it was. See, that's where Mark dropped it too. So I read in the comic, and I was like, oh my god, like this sucked. And then whenever it got to that point in the show, I was dreading it. I did not want it to happen. Not only because, what's his name, Steven Yun, is that his name, the actor?
I think so.
Yeah. Oh, dude, freaking yeah, Abram. Steven Yun, very likable as Glenn. Loved the character in the show. And the moment Negan appeared, I think this was season. Mark, do you remember what season this was by any chance? Was it like season 4?
No,
No?
definitely past season 4.
Past season 4? Man,
I'm thinking like
I don't even
6 or something.
remember. God, we were so deep. Around 5 or 6? Okay. Jesus, we were so deep into that show. So whenever that scene happened, it crushed me.
So that's interesting that you read it.
Uh-huh.
Do you feel like the show depicted it
Oh yeah.
as horrifyingly as it
Oh,
was
for
in,
sure.
or better?
I
Did
I
they
would
depict it
say
better?
I would say that the comic Negan in the comic was a lot more brutal and not as charismatic. But that's because you have Negan being played by what's his name, Jeffrey Dean. Oh, it was season 7. Jesus.
See, I there's a lot.
Wow.
It drags.
Yeah, it does. It does.
It
And the
drags
show
in,
did
especially
drag.
in like the first couple seasons.
Yeah. Jeffrey Dean Morgan. Yeah, Jeffrey Dean Morgan. He was maybe a little too charismatic compared to
For
the comic
Negan.
book character.
Mm,
But oh man, he played the role so well though. He really did play the role super well. But yeah, I think the intensity of that moment, they captured it perfectly. And yeah, I had to walk away. And then now I think they got 3 spin-offs now off of the show.
really?
Yeah.
I have no idea. I've not kept up. I just know that I think I did try to watch it after that just
Mhm.
because I feel like you're describing the Negan character um from the show to the
Mhm.
comics, right? Like I think
Yeah.
they had to diverge it. Like they had to make him different in the show because people, and they still did, they
Mhm.
dropped it after they killed
They did. So many
Glenn.
of us dropped it
But they
after
had
that.
to, but they felt like, okay, we have to change this character to be a little charismatic, so maybe we can keep some of our audience to see,
Right. Right.
like to keep them to keep watching. Like, oh, this guy, he's an asshole. Like he's a very cocky bastard.
He
But
is.
maybe I can keep watching to see what happens next because his character does keep you on the edge of your seat, like what's he gonna do next?
Mhm.
And I think they had to do that. But I think I remember watching the next season and thinking like I feel like they're kind of jumping a shark.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but that's from my very limited knowledge of what the source material is. I don't know how different it divulges from the comic book. I'm sure a lot of people were upset, but
Yeah, yeah. I think well, it diverges just enough from the comic book to where it kept the show fresh. But it's I'm with
Mhm.
you. I ended up dropping it after Glenn died, and then I kept reading in the comic, and if they kept that momentum going, it got pretty. I think the issue with the comic and the show, and I think the show suffered from this a little bit too, is that it's like you said, it kind of drags.
Mhm.
Because you can only be in a zombie apocalypse for so long before you're like, okay, why are we not fixing this?
And there's only so much you can do in
Yeah,
a zombie apocalypse before it gets kind of old.
yeah,
Like it's
exactly.
just for a TV show anyway.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And I think that's why it's got like 3 different spin-offs now.
Yeah.
Let's see, I think yeah, yeah, you're right, Mark. Daryl Dixon was not in the comics. Not at all. Like there was
Daryl?
another part in the comics that I ended up dreading, and I think it was the other reason why I kind of stopped watching the show was what ended up happening to Carl as time goes on, because yeah, Carl goes through the ringer, so I didn't want to
Do
see
not remember this.
it. And Carl, yeah,
Daryl wasn't
Carl,
real?
huh?
Daryl wasn't real
No,
in The
he is
Walking
not
Dead.
in the comics. Yeah.
What?
I think they
He's
created his
amazing.
character later in the comics, but he was not in the original Walking Dead comic.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
that he is a 100% original character. And it's funny because the character that he interacts with most, specifically the character that he has a show with now, what was her name? Mm, I can't remember her name.
I'm looking at the picture, but I don't remember her name either.
Carol? Carol? Yeah.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
Carol is in the comics. Um, but she dies fairly early. Like we're talking really early in the series. So Daryl and
So,
Carol is kind of like these standout characters that got their own spin-offs. Um,
wow.
Yeah, in spite of what was originally in the comics. But I honestly think that the comics and the show were almost two completely different beasts, aside from certain
Yeah.
canon events,
Hmm.
such as Clint getting his head caved in.
Oh.
Mm, so brutal.
All right.
Some
So
things just
should
stick in
we?
our minds. Some things just stick in our minds, Mark. All right, so let me get some artwork on up on the screen that essentially this whole studio is about. Let me pull up the sketch screens here and give me 1 second to start. See, we're gonna pull this one here, starting from. I'll go ahead and have your artwork on a cycle here. Let's see. All right, how's it looking? All right, it's up. Wait, I got it on the wrong screen. Give me a second. Your artwork's gonna be over you, and my artwork's gonna be. Your artwork's gonna be over me, and my artwork's gonna be over you. Hold on.
Okay.
Let me see. Let me change that. All right, we need to put that one on here. And then I want to loop the artwork. Let's see. Let me see how that looks now.
There we
There we
go.
go. Your artwork is right above you. Now, let's see if we can get it to play this slideshow. Oh. I could have swore there was a way to have it loop through each and every one without having to click on it. But we can click on it regardless. Let's see here. And then on this second screen, we will have all right. Let's see how that looks. Okay, we have artwork going. Yay!
Yay!
It's a little
Is that
scuffed. It's a little scuffed, but it's going. There we go. Yeah, mine is going to be a video of um, some of the art that I did for a lore slides that I created for the avatar that you see here. And then your
okay?
artwork is going to be a couple of stills. And there's 2 videos, in fact, that I have in the slideshow as well.
Oh, nice. I was worried you weren't gonna be able to get them going.
Let's see. No, I was actually able to put them on here.
Nice.
Let's see here. Here, let me. I think I figured out a
Thank you,
way.
Mark. He said the
Transitions.
background and your avatars look really cool.
Oh, thanks, man. Let's see, we have fade for all of them. let's see how this looks. Are you gonna cycle through?
It's doing it. It's doing something.
Right? It's kind of going through.
There we go.
All right. It can be done. Slowly but surely. Let's see if I have it go back from the beginning. Oh god. Too
Oh, now it's
fast.
going really
Too
fast.
fast. Oh, now it's playing the artwork. Now I'll have this go. Now we'll do 10 seconds. Alright, let's try this. Oh. Start from the beginning, damn you. Let's see here. And boom. Alright, 10 seconds, it should change.
Yeah, that was, to answer your question, Mark, that was a sketch
There
of
we go.
Momo from Dandadan. It was an
Oh no.
animation that I've been working on. I've just been slowly working on learning some animation, and yeah, I was watching Dandadan the last season. I just felt like drawing Momo.
Okay. Then start from the beginning and boom. And then 10 seconds, it should change again.
Cute.
And
If I ever feel like finishing it, though.
there we go. Haha, now it's gonna cycle through your art.
Yay!
Woo! Little scuffed, but we're getting it, folks. It's a work in progress.
All right.
Oh man. Oh. Now, the let's see here. Let's see. Do you want to go over any of the art pieces, or do you want to kind of go into introduction of ourselves and who we are, likes and dislikes, things that we like,
I
top three, anything to that degree?
Yeah, I'd like to dive into some of these topics just
Yeah.
because a lot of the artwork I put up, it's already viewable on my Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, if anyone has questions, they can ask, just like Mark did about the animation. But yeah, everything is easily accessible and viewable on my Instagram
All
and my
right.
TikTok.
Oh yeah, TikTok's another one that I've been getting into lately. That one is as far as like the TikTok for the studio, that's a slow progress trying to figure out like what are you how do you normally tackle TikTok? Do you put up still images or do you try to put up anime or videos of the process?
All of my TikToks have just been my speed paints
Mm-hmm.
on my artwork. So I'll put the stills of my artwork on Instagram, Tumblr, Twitter, and then I will download the speed paint process of my finished piece and then upload it onto TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I used to edit, I say edit, but it's really just cut it down to
Yeah.
like 30 seconds because people's attention span falls off after the first like 2 seconds
Oh God,
of
to say
them.
the least.
So, yeah. So yeah, 30 seconds is kind of pushing it, especially on TikTok. But I I don't know, like a lot of people like watching speed paints, I think, especially if you're a fan artist like me,
Mm-hmm.
because like this Miku piece right here, it blew up quite a bit. Just people love Miku, so they'll watch
Oh
it.
yeah, for sure.
They're like, "Oh my gosh, this is amazing." But it also bites you in the butt because when you have been a fan artist for as long as I have
Mm-hmm.
been, you don't really, and I think people just aren't, people come with their own talents. I'm just not made to make stuff come out of my head, like original ideas. Like, I
Yeah.
can't do it. I've tried, and
Mm-hmm.
sometimes it'll work. Like, I can make a character design. Maybe my talent is in character designing,
Mm-hmm.
but I can't make original characters. I can't do their backstory. I can't write a story. I can't envision a comic book.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I've always told people, like, if I were to work on, let's say, like a Disney movie, I wouldn't be the writer, producer,
Yeah.
the head honcho. I'd be like storyboarding or coloring assistant, or like
Yeah.
I would just be a cog in this giant machine that makes these artworks, these art pieces. um yeah, but that's pretty much how I viewed myself.
I think I've always been envious of your ability to, well, your productivity being number one, b your ability to color. My God, how have you always been able to be so good with how do you do it?
Sorry, with what?
With your ability, your mastery over color.
Oh, I don't know.
But the other thing is that I've never been much of a, well, I take it back. I've always wanted to be a fan artist. I've always tinkered with fan art. Um, but the problem is that it always comes down to my speed, right? This is
Mm.
where I become real envious of your ability to paint and be able to be way more productive than me, um, because I watch so many things. I have so many. I'm a fan of so many properties. I always have so many ideas. I'm like the kind of guy where I'm constantly getting these ideas. I'm constantly getting these flashes of imagination all the time. But my ability to carry out my ability to carry out the artwork to the end ends up getting in my way, right? So it's like I guess my talents don't play well with social media, because if I create something, it's gonna be like, oh, this is this is something that I was passionate about, or because I tried to do this during the convention days. Remember, whenever I'd be sitting at the artist booth, and I would have, I think at the time I was watching what was it? I was watching Sword Art Online. There it is. Oh, and I actually had you model for me for Sword Art Online. You remember that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember.
And it was like it was for one of the poster pieces that I was selling, and it was it was like, because at the time I was watching it, I liked the concept of the anime at the time, and I was like, oh, that's this concept of there being a VR world where you can actually die because of some glitch, or actually it was the creator that created this concept of, or trapping people in this game, right? And it fascinated the ever living hell out of me, and how that there was this player killer within the game going after. We're not going to mention season 2 because season 2 gets a little weird, but but there was this player these player killers that were taking out characters, just kind of like a mass killer. And I wanted to create a fan art piece, but in my head I had oh yeah, it definitely went off the rails for a bit. It eventually made its way back, right, Mark? But it did go off the rails for a little bit there. Um, but the fan art piece that I had in my head wasn't a still image, and I guess that's the hard part for me. Like I like the way you're able to like take this idea that you have, and you're able to condense it down to a narrative one piece, right? Whereas everything in my head is kind of like it's always sequential, and it's always, oh, I got this cool idea for I got this cool scene in my head that I would love to draw, but it's going to be a number of drawings in one. And like, oh god, Daniel, like, why do you do this to yourself? And I was like, I
You
don't
can
know,
see
it's
the
just
pattern.
it's just in my head. I can't get it out of my head, but it's gonna take me too long to draw it, and I'm not gonna finish it in time. Oh god, I don't know why I do this to myself. Like like uh I think I've introduced you to the main character in the Imperfect Story. The Imperfect Story that you and me have been throwing the ball around about for
Yeah.
a while.
Hmm.
And one of the ideas, and this was inspired by you actually, one of the ideas was that the main character what had a hobby in cosplaying. And so I was gonna make, for some of like the covers to these comics, for the covers I was gonna make her like showcase various cosplays that she creates in story, right? So it kind of gave me like this free license to like create quote unquote fan art, but with my original character. So technically I'm in like this weird gray area, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think I
Hmm.
created one art piece. As sad as that sounds, I created one art piece, um, and it was a cosplay that she did of the Wolverine, which is X-23's character, and
Hmm.
I created that piece, but it has not seen the light of day. I think I've only like posted teasers of it here and there, because obviously I haven't drawn the story yet. Um, but my God, yeah, I get so envious of the way you're able to just your ability to create fan art. I'm not known on the internet as a fan artist. I'm more known of a as a uh, storytelling artist. Does that make any
I think
sense?
so. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's a term for it,
Yeah, I don't
but
know.
I see where you're coming
Yeah,
from.
like a sequential artist.
I think it would be really cool though if you managed to um put out artwork that was fan art, or any art really, in a sequential type of scene, because I do
Mm-hmm.
remember your fan art from for SAO.
Oh yeah.
I did have a poster of it. Um but yeah, I think if you managed to put that together and you kept it going with just anything that's inspiring you or you're loving at that moment, I think it would be so cool to see because that's just something you don't see um, at conventions right now.
Yeah, that was kind of my idea in the beginning, was this, like I didn't see very much sequential art out on the in the artist alley,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, well, what if, because I would always think of these specific scenes for different anime that I was watching, or shows that I was watching, and I was like, well, what if, they showed this, because that's the way my brain goes. It's like, oh, what if this happened, and then what if this
Yeah.
happened, and then what if
Mm-hmm.
this happened.
I mean, in a way, that's basically becoming a fan artist, you know?
Yeah,
It's just
yeah,
you wanting to have seen that moment
yeah,
and
yeah. Like a callback to
you
what we
being
were
able to
saying
put it out
earlier.
there. Yeah, exactly. That's
Oh
just how it,
man.
but I think your what I'm envious about your artwork, it's just so crisp and clean. I really like how yours looks. It's a homage to Western comic book feel, you know?
Right,
I really
right.
like that look. It's something you don't see a lot in any type of artist space, especially going to conventions.
Oh yeah, yeah. You see
Um,
a lot of Eastern inspired art, but
mhm,
Western art has kind of, I guess it's kind of fallen, not fallen. It's kind of gone the way of European comic art, where European comic art has become more experimental, but you still
mhm,
have kind of that. It's gone experimental to the point where it's like moved itself away from aesthetics and more towards the absurd or abstract, or sometimes they tend to get more surreal. Um,
mhm.
and
Yeah,
yeah, it's interesting. I like digesting art from both camps, honestly.
it's definitely a niche. It feels like it's a niche market
Yeah.
right now, a niche art style.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that's to say, I really like your how crisp your artwork looks. I think you just focus too much on how how crisp it should look.
Probably. It's one of those
Like,
things where I just like every once in a while I think I'm able to create yeah, yeah, I think it's that kind of neurodivergent need to get something perfect looking.
perfect.
Yeah,
Exactly.
and I
Yeah. And I,
probably should not be doing that.
yeah, I struggled a lot with that too.
Mm-hmm.
There was a point, maybe this last couple of years where I didn't upload because I was so worried about being perfect. But it's like half, like we said, everything is viewed by your audience for like 2 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
They don't notice the imperfections that we do.
Yeah.
Um, they just notice how cool it looks. And when you're the artist staring at your own piece for hours, um, obviously you're gonna hate your piece. Obviously you're gonna see, oh,
Oh God,
I hate how
yes.
this is done. Oh, this sucks right here, you know. I could have done this more. I hate how this leg looks right here. But once you post it, people are just like, this is amazing. I love this so much. Please, please show more,
Mm-hmm.
you know. So I think getting over that hurdle, and it does take a lot to get over that hurdle.
Oh God, yes,
Um,
it does.
just posting and just not caring. Like a lot of the stuff that's scrolling right now is unfinished. Is just
But the
sketches.
but honestly, the unfinished stuff has its own character,
Ap-
and it has
yeah,
its own,
appeal.
yes. Like I love
Hmm.
looking at unfinished things. Like it's just
But
it's just another aspect of the artistic process that I think we miss a lot in online cultures because we're so used to seeing the finished stuff.
seeing something that, yeah, that's perfect, that's
Mm-hmm.
finished, and Yeah, just go for it, man. Just
Oh,
just
dude,
draw.
I found
Just
it.
draw. What? Found what?
I'll show you here. Look. Oop, hold on. I found the Sword Art Online piece.
There it is. Yeah.
There it is. Oh
See, like
man.
that's cool.
God, sometimes I look at old stuff and I think to myself, I'm like, man, I whenever I did that, when did I do that? I kind of like forget. I kind of forget that I do a piece, and then I don't remember. It's like sometimes I say to myself, "Wow, man, that looks really cool. How did I do that?" But this is the piece that you and I collaborated on with, and that you modeled. What is this character's name again? Oh goodness,
Xenon.
there you go. Because you cosplayed as her, right?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
did.
you have a couple of cosplays of her, or
I do.
one. Yeah.
Yeah, a couple.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember seeing the cosplay. I was like, dude, I got this idea, and I was like, you're gonna have to bring your gun to school.
Yeah, that was that was fun.
I don't know if it was the
But
best idea that we've ever
that was
had, but
terrifying. How did no one know? This is not a guitar I'm carrying in this case.
it's okay as long as they didn't know.
Oh God. But yeah, that was fun.
Oh my god, that was such a fun piece to mess with. But yeah, sometimes I look at older art and I'm like, oh man, like
How
how
did
did
I do that?
yeah, how did I do that? Like when you almost forget about the process and how you did it, and what went into getting it done. I mean, I don't know.
Nah, I know how that feels. Sometimes I look at my old stuff and I'm like, what? What was I on? Because this is crazy. Like I drew that?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, yeah. Sometimes I'll have that realization. I'm like, holy crap, I drew that, dude. That was awesome. Now, can I replicate that? I don't know. like it. I think it's a good testament to like the place you go to as an artist whenever you're in the middle of creating something, especially like
Hmm.
whenever it's something that like is like pure artist id. You know what I mean? Like you go into this
Hmm.
trance whenever you're making it. And then whenever it's all said and done and the piece is out, and you don't think about, it's out into the ether and you don't think about it anymore, and then years later you come back to it and you're like, how did I do that? Like what was I on at the time? what was I doing, man? Oh god, but I love those instances. I love those instances of creativity.
Hmm.
Is there a piece that you have that you're currently working on, not working on, but is there a piece that's sitting in the back of your mind that you're waiting to cut for it to kind of make its way out?
Mm, not really.
Or
I
do
mean, I
you
am
just
working
create
on.
whenever it comes to you?
Oh yeah, no, I create when it comes to me. Right now, it's like I really do draw what I'm obsessed with or
Mm-hmm.
what I'm feeling. And my you can even see it if you look through my Instagram. You can kind of see my how my feelings,
Your process.
my emotional state
Mm-hmm.
affects my drawings. Like if you see that my drawings are a little poopy, uh, at one upload, it's because I'm feeling poopy. Like I don't like I want to draw, but I feel like shit. But
Mm-hmm.
so it's gonna
Mm-hmm.
look like shit. But then sometimes when I'm um getting really, what's the word? I start hyper obsessing over, like I'll go back and be like, "Oh, I got to play Kingdom Hearts again," or "Oh, I got to
Oh
play
yeah.
Legend of Zelda again." Uh I got to create artwork for this. So
Mm-hmm.
you'll
Mm-hmm.
see me hyper focusing. I'll start uploading more of that stuff, and sometimes it looks really good because it's like I really love I really love Kingdom Hearts right now. Um
Yeah.
so yeah, right now I'm working on a little something. A lot of my artworks now have just been calling back to a lot of
Mm-hmm.
nostalgia pieces, stuff that I've enjoyed in the past. And yeah, those aren't exactly the trends, like, what's going on right now, but people
Yeah.
still love that stuff. There's still an audience for it.
Oh yeah.
So fortunately they still view it. But um I think that's why I stick so close to it, just because it makes me happy. It calls back to a time when I was happier, and a lot of people can relate. So
Oh yeah.
um
Especially
yeah,
nowadays.
yeah, especially nowadays. So yeah, I just work on it as it comes. I don't really have anything on the back burner.
Yeah, I like how, like, specifically whenever we look at, is it right if I pull up your Instagram?
Go ahead.
And let me go ahead and pull this up real quick. Let me pause this for a second. Let's see. And then, like, for instance, boop. I like how you have fan art pieces like this, right? And it's like you could tell it was a situation where well, explain the process of this piece. Like, were you did you just got through did you just get through watching the movie, or was it a situation of like it just came to you and you wanted to create the image?
Um, hmm. Okay. I really love this movie.
Mm-hmm.
I hadn't rewatched it in the last couple of years, but my playlist, uh, I have a video game soundtrack playlist
Right.
on my music app, and uh, it doesn't have anything from Wreck-It Ralph soundtrack wise, except for the song that plays at the end by Owl
Mm-hmm.
City.
Yeah.
And so it played, and I was like, I love this movie. Let me draw something from it. So I had that song, like I literally had it playing the whole time I was driving home from work.
Mm-hmm.
And then I put the movie on, and then I started drawing this
See, that's
image I had in my
awesome.
head.
Yeah.
Because you just feel, recalling those sorts of things, recalling, especially remembering watching this movie for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
Like those are the types of feelings I like, or I feel while I'm drawing these sorts of fan arts. Um, yeah, so I literally just played Owl City's song on repeat and the movie on repeat while I drew this piece.
That's awesome. It's like, see, I like the dichotomy of like the fan art, something inspiring you because you're listening to music, and then like then you have you doing simple surrounding studies. Is that what this was? You were
Yeah,
on a
this
plane,
was
right?
me literally sitting in a plane. Yeah, that's the
Mm-hmm.
view. I do these because like we were talking about earlier, I miss being in college and
Yeah.
doing still lifes.
Mm-hmm.
Like I remember dreading drawing still lifes for school and having to do that. But then now that you're out of it, you think about it, it's like, man, I really wish I could draw a bowl of fruit right now. So
Mm-hmm.
You just do it. And it, yeah, it calls back to times when I was back in school, just those good feelings.
Yeah.
I think that's part of what I'm doing right now as well with my artwork.
Oh, that's amazing. That's amazing, man. Can't and that's the whole reason for the studio, honestly, is to showcase that and to kind of explore more of what you got locked up in that head. Well, what we both got locked up in our heads, right?
Yeah, more or less.
More or less. We'll see what remains.
Mine just comes to me sporadically, so there's not really anything locked in my head.
Oh man, yeah, it's mine feels as if it's been it like mine constantly feels uh like a pregnant woman that's never allowed to give birth.
That's so
That's yeah, I know
so
that's an
terrifying.
odd way, it's an odd way of putting it, but
It's a
it's
terrifying way of
like
putting it.
yeah, it's like it's I don't know. And that's
But I get it.
yeah.
Like you just want it to come out.
Yeah, exactly. Like get out of me already.
Oh.
Right. Well, it's like it's ideas and stories that have been percolating in my head for what feels like decades at this point. And
Mhm.
um now that the now that the um I've been I don't know, it kind of feels like I've had this breakthrough. Even though like looking at my life right now, it seems as if like I shouldn't have the time to have a breakthrough as an artist. But it I've I think I've gotten to a point where maybe I don't know, maybe the ADHD is giving me a break. Either that or I'm about to have a gigantic burnout. but but as
Hopefully
it
not that.
stands right now, yeah. Well, I try to avoid the burnout as much as possible, right? I try to make sure that I do meditations, and I make sure I work out, and to kind of
Hmm.
get that dopamine flowing like I need to. But it seems as if I've had a breakthrough where maybe it's an increase of discipline where I am going into my office. Maybe, it probably is the fact that I do work from home and that I don't have the distractions that usually come with a um, office job.
Mm.
Maybe that's the case. Maybe it's the fact that I'm home and I'm able to like honestly explore my imagination and kind of hone in my artistic skills a little bit. It feels like I have more time, which is counter which is not intuitive to what my life is actually like. but but it feels as if like I finally have time, and as long as I don't succumb to carpal tunnel, I'm gonna I'm gonna keep doing it, man. Like it's weird. It's like an honest fear I have sometimes, because with the amount, for my day job, I'm on the computer a lot, right?
Hmm.
I'm doing a lot of graphic work, which is a lot of, everybody knows that being on the computer, being on your mouse can really put cramps into your hand. But then, right, whenever I'm not doing that, I'm working on art, which, again, another hand activity. And whenever I'm
Hmm.
not doing that, I'm working out, which, again, is another. Another
Yeah.
gripping heavy things, and there's always something in the back of my head before I start my day where I'm like, you better do your hand stretches. Do you ever worry
Yeah.
about stretching your hands as an artist at all?
Uh, I mean, not at this point. I probably should, though. I'm not getting any younger.
You and me both, man. But
Oh,
it's like it's
jeez.
always something in the back of my head because I've known people that have had carpal tunnel before, and I've known artists that have suffered from it before, and it's like it's debilitating, man. And I think the fear comes from this idea of I don't ever want to not be able to create. I don't know. I don't want to know what that world is like.
I can't. I've had this question thrown at me before.
Mm-hmm.
Um, or I've even thought about it.
Mm-hmm.
Like what would ever happen if you got into an accident and I'm
Oh my
right-handed.
God.
If my
Yeah.
right hand got drastically injured or cut off or whatever,
Oh, Jesus.
I would just want to die. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
I would not want to
I'm in the same boat.
like and I've seen people like literally learn how to write and draw with their feet or write and draw with their like putting the pencil or whatever
Mm-hmm.
in their mouth or like using their other hand.
Mm-hmm.
I I could. I just can't think about that though because I
Yeah.
would be so devastated
Yeah,
to
exactly. I would go
to
into an
lose my right hand.
existential crisis.
Be like, "Well, that's me, I guess. That's it."
Oh man, I'm the same way. I don't know, and if anything happened to my drawing hand, dude, I don't know. It's one of those things like it makes me afraid of like, as I continue to get older and cuz a lot of people, yeah, it's super scary to think about, Mark. It's like a lot of people as you get older, uh you lose motor function, right? But for a lot of people, they stay
Yeah.
pretty sharp. Your mental faculties don't always go, right? Unless
Mhm.
God forbid you have Alzheimer's or dementia or something like that. But for the like my grandparents stayed pretty sharp all the way to the very end, which I'm hoping that means that's the way I'm gonna be, right? But then like, and I know we're going super dark, and I don't mean to, chat. But this is something that you think about sometimes. Something that pops into your head. But sometimes you think like, all right, so I'm sharp, but I can't use my motor functions, my hands anymore. What do I do at that point? Like
What would I
what?
do?
Yeah,
Yeah.
what do you do? Like do you? I mean, you just um yeah, like Mark said, like having your way to create taken away from you would be debilitating. Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah, like I don't know. I think I would find other ways to create, but yeah, man, that's heavy. Although that's one of those things, man, where you think about it, like, oh my god, like I don't ever want anything to happen to my hands, and I don't know. But then I have also said that if I ever lose motor functions to the point where I can't draw anymore, I think I think I would try to find other ways to be creative,
Mm.
but it would be a slow Adam game. The only thing I can hope is that over time, like other avenues of creativity just kind of open to me, and I don't have to worry too much about that, right? But we will see what happens. Oh, dude, the animation for Momo is awesome.
That's a sudden coin flip there.
Yeah, I just saw it on the screen and it was like
Thank
ADHD.
you though.
Holy crap! Look at that animation, man.
It's actually one of my well, that's one of the last ones I've been working on. It's coming out pretty great, so I do hope I finish it at some point.
Mm-hmm. Is is animation like something that you always wanted to try your hand at, or?
Um, so I like. I think, and I think a lot of other creatives and a few, I don't know, normal people
Mm-hmm.
view media the same way I do. I think about like the process behind everything. This is why I just love watching movies and watching animation.
Mm-hmm.
It's just seeing and thinking about how did they make this? How did you even do this? Like, um, just watching a lot of animations now, especially now that I'm on my trip of just watching a ton of anime.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's gotten me into like I really want to see and feel how it is to make an animation because obviously we know how it's done.
Mm-hmm.
It's done frame by frame or by however many frames is that they're using, what have
Right.
you. Um, you know, you have the idea, you just don't know how that feels, and I kind of wanted to get a feel for it, just to see how hard it is to make that sort of thing. It gives you a deeper appreciation of what is put into this work.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I don't know, is that
No, no,
at
I
putting yourself through the struggle to appreciate something is kind of a little funny sounding now that I'm saying it out loud. But
no, I 100% agree. I think
yeah.
um I've had a number of urges to try my hand at animation. What I wanted to do technically whenever in the early days of thinking about the stream is I wanted to create an animation for the beginning of the stream, kind of like an opener, right?
Mhm.
And I had this idea that involved the that involved um, my avatar and the lore behind the avatar, right?
Mm.
And it's like you said, I know the process because I've seen the behind the scenes before. I know I understand the idea of keyframes. I understand the idea of um, there's usually around, well, you can usually do anywhere between 20 to 60 frames, which is 1 second, and it just depends on how many seconds you want to be or how many seconds you want to animate, right? But then
Mhm.
my head starts going, well, you can also animate in keyframes where it's like it's a little bit choppier, but you're just animating the specific keyframes, and how you animate it gives it a sense of movement, right?
Mhm.
So yes, I've thought about this a lot, but I have not been brave enough to dive into it yet.
Oh,
And
it's yeah, definitely a labor of love. Um it it definitely takes a lot of patience.
mm-hmm.
I'm pretty patient, but it's just like, oh,
That's something else entirely, huh?
oh yeah. But when you see it, like even this short bit of animation that I have, I don't even know how long it is.
mm-hmm.
Just seeing it play out is so cool
Oh
that I
man.
just want to keep going. Like,
Yeah, yeah, and that's
eh,
the thing. Like I just I want to do it because I want to see the end product, but
mhm.
it's another situation of like, oh, here's Esso again with another idea, and is he gonna execute it or is he not? Let's see what happens.
Oh.
I mean, like I think, but this is also the reason why I this is the other reason why I love the studio and starting this stream is that I think it's going to give me that that drive and that urgency to create that I need, right? To kind of throw caution to the wind. Like
Mm.
it reminds me of like back in college whenever I created that comic book workshop, and it was it was a situation of um I think it was just an idea that I had, and then someone came up to me and be like, "Yeah, man, that'd be really cool if we could have a sequential art workshop." And I was just like, "Okay, man, let's do it." And I just kind of, I think it was the initial push to do it, on top of all the other responsibilities at the time, to kind of just like, yeah, we're gonna do this thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's, oddly enough, in my head, that's kind of what I always need, is this fire lit underneath my butt,
Mm-hmm.
and to kind of get it get it going, regardless of I guess I've always, I don't know. Does that make any sense? Like, having somebody there to kind of instill responsibility upon you, kind of moves you
Like an
to,
accountability type
yeah,
thing.
yeah. It's
Yeah.
like it's like it's a sense of drive, because
Mm-hmm.
it's odd. Like, the creativity's there and the talent
Mm-hmm.
is there, and now I just need that good old fashioned dopamine hit, you know? That
No, I
dopamine hit
I
of
think I
somebody
get it.
saying, like, "Hey, you need to do this."
That'd be cool if you did that.
I'm gonna do it. You know what? I'm gonna dip my toe. I'm gonna dip my toes into animation, and we're gonna see how this goes.
Well, I mean, you've already started off with this, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
You
I
did
mean,
it.
this
We're doing
is
it.
this is the this is the this is the creative child of weeks of planning at this point. I think, when did I tell you about the stream? About, maybe, I don't know.
When was the opening for the art show?
Yeah, that was beginning of
Uh,
October. No, 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 no.
that was
It,
before then.
yeah, it was in September,
So
wasn't
maybe
it?
like a month.
Yeah, yeah. So, like, a month. Well, and on top of that, the month before that, I was creating the piece for the art show. So it was like it was the professor contacting us and saying, like, "Hey, we're gonna have this art show. You know, it's for the alumni. You gonna
Hmm.
submit something?" And I'm just like,
Yeah.
"Yes."
Yeah, and then we had the conversation
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
about what would be cool to enter. And I
Right.
think like you were saying, you just need someone to be like, "Yeah, that'd be cool if you did that." I
Yeah.
think that's
Yeah.
what pushed you to do it.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, that's it was pretty much you going, like, "Hey, like, that'd be really cool if you did that." Like, okay, like,
Yeah.
let's do this. I just that was the push I needed.
Hmm.
Everybody has their
Uh,
process, I guess.
let's see. Mark brought up an anime,
Mm-hmm.
Shiro Bako, an anime about
Yes.
creating
Yes.
anime.
Actually,
Gave me a new appreciation for animation artists and artists in general.
dude, that is okay.
Is this the
Lily.
one that you mentioned to
Yeah,
me
it was the
the
one
other
that I
day?
mentioned to you yesterday. Yeah.
Okay.
That's the one. That's the one that has their I think it's four college buddies, or high school. I don't remember if they're out of college or high school, but they get out of whatever school that they're in, and you have an animator, a project manager, you have the director and the writer, I believe, and they
Mm-hmm.
all kind of, like, they first start working for a animation studio, and then they break off and create their own anime. And dude, it's, yes, that, seeing that, and it's unique for an anime to kind of explore that,
Mm-hmm.
outside of Bakuman. Does anybody, do you know of Bakuman by any chance?
I've I think I've heard of it and I've seen a bit of it.
Oh man, yeah. Bakuman was another favorite of mine for a while because it dealt with
Okay, yeah, I have.
being a mangaka
Like
and
comic
then
strip. Yeah.
mm-hmm. Yeah. And
Hmm.
that's another really interesting one. And I guess this is kind of like the anime version of that, but of course all the characters are older because I think all the characters in Bakuman are like high school age or something like that.
Hmm.
Um but yeah, it's I love seeing that process. I like having other creatives to help with that, or at least to inspire me into the process as well. And like
Hmm.
you've been a gigantic inspiration, which is one of the reasons why I asked you to be a part of the studio from way back when, um, to kind of see what we can explore, the stories we could tell, and I mean, so far, I mean, we got a stream going.
Yeah,
Hey, look at
we're
that.
doing it.
We're doing it.
Well, thanks, Mark, for bringing up that anime. I have something to binge watch now.
Yes, yes, it's very good. It's a very
I'm
good anime.
excited.
I
It looks
recommend it.
good. Yeah.
You know what? Speak of anime, do you? I know we were gonna be going. I know we're getting close to the 2 hour mark. We're gonna be stopping the stream roughly at around 9, since that'll put us close to the 2 hour mark. Um, if you want, we could save all of our top threes for next stream, where we can talk about like our top three animes, mangas, comic books, TVs, movies, all that good stuff. But do you have anything that you're watching right now that has been capturing your imagination?
Um, the anime that I'm watching right now, that is, and we've talked about this
Mm-hmm.
yesterday.
Yeah.
I highly recommend it. Please go watch this anime, everybody. Um, it's Gachiakuta.
Mm-hmm.
It's um it's going to be 25 episodes long. It's on the 16th episode right now. Please go watch it. The art style is amazing. The soundtrack is amazing. If you like Soul Eater, that's the same feel. It's this grungy, underground type feel.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Powerful characters, hilarious characters, silly characters. This is what I've been waiting for. Like in terms of anime. Like I love anime, but when you're someone like me who's watched so much anime,
Mm-hmm.
um you're just like I've kind of seen it. You know, I've seen this
Yeah.
before.
Yeah, I get it.
Um like it's just different. It's the chocolate flavor but a different chocolate, you know? Like
It's
um
Rocky Road this time. It's still
yeah,
chocolate,
it's
but
just got
it's
nuts in
yeah.
it. um but yeah, I don't know. Like yeah, it is akin to Soul Eater, but it's a good spin on it.
Mm-hmm.
And I like that it's not your typical, oh, it's a team of three people uh fighting more powerful people each time.
Yeah.
Um I don't know. It's refreshing. I like it. Please go watch it. Please go watch this anime. Also, if you have been under a rock, you should probably get out of that rock and watch Demon Slayer.
It's not good for you to be under the rock.
Yeah, get out from under the rock.
Oh
Go
man, I
watch
need to
Demon
see
Slayer.
the new movie that just came out.
You haven't?
No, I
It's
have
been like
not.
what, how long has it been?
I
2
don't
months?
I don't I know I see it everywhere and I'm trying not to
You've
get
been under a
spoiled on it.
rock.
I have been under a rock.
That's disappointing. Please go watch Demon Slayer. Please watch the movie. It is amazing. I cried. I watched it twice in theater. I cried both times.
Oh
Um,
no, Mark hasn't seen it either. Okay, so we're both
oh my
living under a rock.
goodness. Oh, okay, you've read all the manga. That's pretty cool. Um, uh, especially with Dandadan,
Mm-hmm.
I love these animes so much that I want to read the manga because they're finished, but I don't because I love the animation so much. Like,
I know.
um,
I
Demon
know.
Slayer, Demon Slayer is um cut like undercut because the story is very simple, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't care. I love that it's a simple story, very easy to follow, and it looks amazing. It is so killer. I don't think any other anime quite in its own look and animation matches Demon Slayer to a T. Like the only one that I could argue follows that same caliber of animation is Naruto, but
Mm-hmm.
only in Shippuden, like only in the later parts
Oh
of
man.
Naruto.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not even you can't watch the earlier seasons and
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
they look the same.
They're
They
rough to get
don't.
through sometimes.
Yeah. Um please go watch Demon Slayer. Please go
I
watch the
am.
movie.
I'm gonna
It's
I one I'm gonna catch I this weekend I'm currently catching up in season 2 of Dandaran. Um
okay.
and it's like you said, it's one of those things where I don't want to go to the manga because the animation is so freaking good. And
It's really good
yeah, exactly. And that's not to
for
say that the
Dandadan
manga
as well.
doesn't have good art, but it's just
Hmm.
one of those things where you just kind of want to you kind of want to
I kind of
experience
have
it
to see it.
in
Yeah.
motion. Yeah, you have to watch it in motion. Um
Hmm.
and then I want to check out what is it called? Got Gachi Kuta?
Gachiakuta.
Kachi
Hmm.
Gachia Kuta? Um,
Gachiakuta.
Gachia
It's a
Kuta.
mouthful.
Yeah. But I am gonna check that out this weekend as well, because I'm
Yes.
taking tomorrow to kind of relax because I've been in a creative um, um,
You've just been
yeah,
steamrolling.
I've been
You've just been
steamrolling it, and I think I need to take a day to where I just sit there and I just watch stuff that inspires me. So
or just
I'm gonna
play
take in a
video
couple of
games.
episodes of that, so
Okay.
that way next time we stream, I'm gonna have some stuff to talk about that, or maybe we can think of like some things we can watch at the same time and talk about next stream. That would be fun. Um,
Mm.
and then yeah, I think I'm gonna watch those two anime come tomorrow because it's the day after Halloween. I'm just gonna be hyped up on candy, and I'm gonna be stealing candy from the little one. Haha. she doesn't
Do you think
she doesn't need all that candy.
do you think next time we could maybe or in a later stream
Mm-hmm.
figure out a way to project our screens onto
Yeah,
the stream?
for
That
sure.
way we can like draw
Maybe I
on stream.
can maybe like I've been thinking about different ways we can um, that we can do that to where we can draw at the same time as talking or
Hmm.
projecting videos. And I think I do have a way to where you we can share a your drawing from like maybe Discord. I will find a workaround for that.
Okay.
Yeah, because
But that would be cool.
the whenever you create are you still creating on your tablet right now?
I'm on my iPad, yeah.
You're on your iPad? Okay.
Hmm.
So, yeah, cuz I'm trying to find, let's see, how would we be able to stream the iPad? Does the iPad have Discord?
I can download Discord, but I don't know if there's a sharing capability, like
Yeah, I don't
screen
know
share,
either.
but we'll have to see. But I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
I'm just bringing that up as an idea because that would be cool to draw on stream, maybe get some like viewer interaction.
Yeah, for sure.
Um,
I'm down for all the ideas cuz it gives us extra ways of kind of interacting with chat a bit more. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
and apparently Mark says that he can help with that. So yeah, that sounds great. Yeah, because I'm working through. Yeah, I think Discord would be the easiest way because she could share her screen on Discord, and that would, and then all I gotta do is essentially,
Just blow it up
yeah,
onto
yeah,
your screen.
I would essentially just put your shared screen on your own monitor because that's kind of the way
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing it now. Each one of our screens is a separate monitor, so I would put your shared screen on a monitor, and so that way you can be drawing, and then of course we're still talking through Discord, and then I can have my drawings going on as well. Yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Now, all it comes down to is whether or not the iPad. I'm pretty sure the iPad can have Discord on it. I don't see why it wouldn't.
Um, I will go ahead and play around with that
Yeah, yeah. See
tonight.
if you
'Cause
can get
I think
Discord
that
on
would
the
be
iPad,
cool.
and then yeah, and then if you can, easiest way, I can stream it through OBS, and we'll be good.
Nice.
But
And
outside
then,
of that, and then I guess after stream we'll talk about next time we can stream if you want to keep it on. The reason we stream today on Friday is because of Halloween, but it doesn't have to be on Fridays if a different day works out better. But I'll be posting whatever we decide to be the day. I'll be posting it on our schedule on Twitch, so that way everybody else can see it, and it'll be a little bit more in stone. But
mhm.
outside of that, before we get off for the day, um, you have anything to tell any of the chatters out there? Get out your socials.
I would like to first say thank you so much for coming to our first ever, or well, my first ever stream. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for listening to us ramble about just
A little of everything,
random creative topics. Yeah,
right?
hopefully you come join us next time to talk about our favorite things.
Mm-hmm.
And next time, I hope we will be able to figure out a way to project our screens while we're drawing because I think that would be really cool to do. We could work on something. You guys could maybe request stuff and we could talk at the same time. It'll be
Ah,
fun.
that'd be fun.
Um,
Yeah.
you guys can find me on Instagram, on Tumblr, on TikTok, on Twitter. It's the same thing
Same
everywhere.
thing.
Lily Lilac Draws.
Mm-hmm.
It's also my gamer tag. So yeah, that's it. Thank you so much.
Perfect. Of course, if you head over to the link in our bio, it takes you over to our link spree page where you can find all of the socials for SO Art Studio. Um, most of my artwork will be posted there, and will be, if Lily wants to post any artwork on there as well, we'll be posting hers. And then outside of that, I think that takes care of us. Thank you, everyone who joined the stream today. I really appreciate um, coming to our debut stream. It was super nerve wracking for me for some reason, even though I should be used to it. But I think this is the first time me putting, like, I guess, the creative process up front and center. um, but outside of that, everyone have a happy Halloween. I hope you guys got lots of candy or were able to put lots of candy out. And other than that, we will see everyone next time. And always remember to be creative. So until next time, folks, you have a good night.